but I only see 6.
Yeah, well, Bruce has signed in twice.
I don't know why.
As long as you're not getting feedback, which I don't right now don't hear.
No, the second one didn't.
Huh.
Okay, you should have it now. Live transcript. Who can see this recording?
You all can. Recording.
Okay, yeah. Okay, the live transcript's enabled. Gordon asked for that, so.
I've never seen it before, so I wanted to see if it worked. It's very delayed.
Not as bad as CNN. Well, I sent out an 8 o'clock reminder this morning, so people should have seen the mail by now. We'll give them a couple of minutes to see if other people show up.
That's crazy stuff in Ukraine.
Yeah.
And Larry said he was going to be on this morning too, because we're thinking about going flying tomorrow. We were going to invite whoever wanted to go.
Okay.
I think we're just going to head down to River's End tomorrow about 10 o'clock and see what we see. And then whoever wants to come down and join us. And
Yeah, and that's where we want to go on Tuesday too, on the
Okay.
8th.
That's where I've been flying when I've been flying.
Okay.
good.
It's a good spot.
Okay, they have 2 more minutes to show up and then we're going to start.
And that's pretty cool. That little across the bottom, whatever that's called, that Gordon asked for. That's cool.
Mm-hmm. And you'll get a copy at the end. You can have a copy at the end of the meeting. Let's see.
I got some notice from Zoom that they're going to have sort of a reworking of their, I don't remember all the details, but they were kind of, I don't know, I guess I need to go back and read it, but it was something about things, changes are coming up and they're going to have a little seminar or something.
Mhm.
And I think it was about the general meetings, not webinars and stuff.
There's the 7th one.
There's a 7th participant.
Yeah, didn't you send something out, Joseph, about a lawsuit or something with Zoom?
Yeah, there's a lawsuit with Zoom. You can just type Zoom lawsuit into your browser and you'll get the printout on it. And anybody who's used Zoom in 2001, 2002, and I think 2020 can get a settlement amount, whether you're paying for it or not, because of some violations to privacy that they did. So go ahead.
I decided not to join so that there's more money for the others.
Well, that doesn't matter. they're dividing up the money based on,
You might get
amount of
$2
people they had.
instead of $1.
it's a very small amount of money. No, you get more than $2, but you get,
quoted-
if you're a paid member, I think you get 25. An unpaid member gets 10, as I believe it. Well, it's lunch or a bottle of beer or something, so it's up to you whether you want to do it. I did it. If I get it, I'll give it to the club.
That's a good idea.
Well, they paid for my stuff last year, the Video Producers Club. So,
Yeah,
Okay.
well, I think you paid part of mine too.
yeah.
So that's a good point. I'm going to sign up for it and give it back to the club.
Okay, let's start. We've waited long enough for those guys. That's official. That's the mallet. Did you hear that? The first thing we'll have is the treasurer's report from Christine.
Okay, I will share the screen. Oops, wrong thing.
No, there you go.
And I practiced it. Okay. I had it open already. Oh, there it is. Our
Right.
balance is 211 and 83
I don't see it
cents.
yet. I don't see it.
You must have it open in another window.
In another window. Hold on.
Because
Yeah,
sometimes
take your time.
sometimes it shows the file menu, and then when you open it, it goes into another window.
Hold on.
Sometimes.
Let me try one more time. I did it with,
Okay, take your time.
I had no problem before.
I know you did
the-
it before anybody else got online, so I can attest
No.
to having
I
seen
know the
it works.
I know the feeling.
There it is.
Where is it? No. No, not here.
Oh, that's,
Just give us a verbal report. That'll be good. I
Okay,
think.
we have 211,
What did we have before that?
211.83 is what we have, and that's what we had.
And that's still what we have, the same amount?
Yes, we just
Okay.
started.
Well, the money's been sitting there for 2 years, so we should have at least earned a penny by now, but
Rates
That's
are
okay.
low.
okay. Any questions about the financial report?
Nope.
no,
Will someone make a motion?
I'll
I
make
make a motion.
What?
Owen?
I make a motion. We accept the report as submitted.
Somebody second?
I'll second it.
Gordon seconds. If you agree, raise your hand. It's unanimous. Okay, you can stop sharing now, Christina.
That's what I hadn't done.
And
Okay.
it's a unanimous. And then next we have the minutes of the last meeting that we had. And Owen will be presenting that.
Yeah, I'll just give a verbal instead of trying to go through the
Okay.
technical stuff. The key topics we talked about, this is on February the 4th. We voted on the new board of officers. We just discussed the bylaws that Joseph had streamlined for understanding. We talked about a quorum. Those who are present at the meeting make a quorum. We talked about the bylaws, the 3 points of bylaws that we're going to be implementing. Dues will be taken at the first in-person meeting, which is lining, sounds like it'll be next month. We talked about trainers for certification. A trainer would be with a trainee, and this will be done through the Drone Racing League Simulator on the Steam. We've talked about that pretty much each meeting. Joseph talked a little bit about Zoom tools, particularly screen sharing. We also talked about newspaper promos. Matter of fact, as I'm thinking about it, I think there should be one in the paper today,
There
kind of
is.
get us going. And we will have those in there fairly consistently, at least once, twice a month to generate interest for the club. We talked about the goals for the club, which are flying for recreational and photography purposes. Those are the key goals. And then Joseph talked about a drone Facebook page we could have for information and member videos. So that link would be forthcoming. So those were the key topics and points that we discussed at the meeting on February 4th.
Very good. I move we accept those minutes.
Second that.
Christina seconds. Those in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous. Okay, good. Good. Um, Has anybody tried the drone simulator? Gordon
I-
tried it?
Yes.
How did you like it?
I need some work. I just became familiar with the program, and I see there's different maps, different communities you can join. I tried it at the beginner level, and I was awful. So I've got some work to do.
I learned how to fly with it, and I'm a very conservative flyer, but I'll tell you, I haven't crashed yet. And I owe that to using the simulator. And I told Joseph before that I haven't tried it recently, but there was some kind of a glitch. I mean, I know how to go up the side of the buildings and all that, but somehow it would get kind of in a spin, and it was, I don't know, I couldn't figure it out. So I don't know if I can't assume, I have to assume it was something I was doing, because this program's probably,
I think it's not
Pretty rock
something that
solid.
you've been doing, because I went on and tried that the other day because you mentioned it to me, and it's very difficult. They show you an aerial shot of which roof you're on and which roof you're going to,
yeah,
you know, and whether it's higher or lower than the other one.
right.
But then when you get to when it zooms into the pad and you go up, the building isn't in the location that it showed you. Because you start to go toward that building and it tells you, hey, where are you going?
Mhm.
So you start to go the other way. It says, hey, where are you going? So there's some problem in that one.
That makes me feel better.
Go ahead on.
Yeah, I was just in there the other day. I'm in this beginner training. I was in it was number 10, the number 10th exercise, kind of the similar thing. You're kind of sailing along, you got the right direction, and all of a sudden you're popping balloons through it. And the last 2 or 3 or so, you're 70% through, and they just disappear. You cannot find these final couple balloons anywhere. It's like I look 15, 20 minutes, and then trying to exit out, you almost have to
Yeah,
shut down
some
your
of the
computer.
exercises are timed. You may not notice that at first, but like when they get past, I think 5 or 6, they're timed. So you have to go up and hit those balloons in a certain amount of time or it just stops you.
Well, this one wasn't stopping. It was just, keep going. It didn't go back to the beginning. It was, it was
Yeah,
pretty
you have to,
mind-boggling to
once
me.
the time runs out, you have to X out with your X control on the controller.
Mhm.
Okay, I don't feel so bad now.
But it's a good way to start. It's a good way to get going.
It really helped me because I had no prior experience with any kind of controller. I'm not a game player, so it was all brand new. Maybe it's a case of not knowing anything from the beginning.
Yeah, it also helped me. I'm still lousy at it, but it helped me.
It does help. It makes you find yourself like when you're getting close to something, you just speed up because you want to get through it right away, and then you're screwed. You just can't do it with that kind of an approach.
I think it's one of those
Speed is
developing
not the same as
muscle.
skill.
Yeah, it's a case of developing muscle
And I don't claim to
memory.
have the best skill either. I'm not saying, just try to be like me, because you don't want to do that. But you get nervous, and you don't know if you should use your thumbs or you should pinch the little things to help you slow down, or just what you should do.
It does help.
Go ahead. Sorry.
It does help to be in an open area, for sure, because there you have more. feel more comfortable, like I can recover if I find it going in the wrong. It's not
Mhm.
like, well, if it goes that way, it's going to hit the wall or something. When you're out in the open air, it's much more forgiving for obvious reasons.
Yeah, if you get up 200 feet in the air or something, there's very few things up there around the beach that you're going to run into,
That's right. Yeah, exactly.
unless it's a freeway.
Has anybody seen that little park that's right next to the entrance that they've been sort of developing? I think it's finally open.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's
thought-
the River's End, right?
Riverside
Well,
Park. Yeah,
Is that what it's called?
I think
Well,
so.
River's End Park now. I think it was given to the city a couple of weeks ago or a month ago.
I think it was part of the development of those condos, probably. I think they must
Mm-hmm.
have made a deal with them or something.
Yeah, a bit of history on that. That land used to be part of the Department of Water Power of Los Angeles, and they built inland a little bit more next to the San Gabriel River, and they let that go. So there are some historical pictures of a power plant on that land.
Wow.
And they kept it vacant for so long, they finally gave it away.
And that's the same place as where the River's End Cafe was, right? Or the River's whatever, something cafe. Yeah, okay. All right.
I
So
think
that's-
Rivers End Cafe is down below, just past the parking lot. We're talking about before you come in the entrance, going down the little hill there. The park is on the right.
Mm-hmm.
The
Yeah.
Riverside Cafe is by the water, closer to the water.
Yeah, the place by the where they launched the parasailing things or whatever they're called.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Windsurfing.
Yeah, a lot of bicyclists there because they get on the bike path also to ride up along the river.
You know the problem? The windsurfers go when it's windy, and we can't use the drone when it's windy.
Well, that's good because then they're not there bothering us, right?
That's right.
Yeah, but we want to videotape them. I'd like to anyway.
Well, hey, it's a little more windy out on the water. You don't have to. Once you get out a little bit, isn't the wind a little stronger out on the surface of the water?
I think
Depends
so.
on which way it's blowing, I suppose.
All the more reason to go, early in the day, or
Mm-hmm.
because usually the wind comes up in the afternoons.
Yeah. What time are you thinking about going tomorrow, Bruce?
I think we're going to meet down there at about 10.
Good time.
I'm going to check the weather and the wind and some other stuff I look at before I go. And if me and Larry change our mind, I'll send an email out. Other than that, we'll be down there at 10.
That'd be great. That'd be great. I was going to ask this morning if someone would take on the task of when we're going out to fly to be the last person to decide whether we're actually going or not. You know, that knows what the triggers that would stop us from flying are. Like it's too windy or it's too cold or it's snowing or something like that, you know.
Too many people.
There was
Many
frost
people, yeah.
frost on the cars this morning.
Yeah.
It was cold.
I saw something when I got up this morning, which was at an ungodly hour, but it was 37 degrees.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yep. It was cold.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
it is cool.
And drones don't like it that cold.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Yeah,
Yeah, they're really
Or-
prissy things, drones.
Yeah, the batteries are not so efficient when they're cold, I don't think.
yeah.
So wind and cool weather, those are two factors.
Yeah.
Is there anything else?
Well-
Bad weather, rain.
People, stay away from people. Don't go on a really hot,
And-
nice weekend day.
If there's going to be a parade or something like that, you know,
Right.
and we were
Uh,
going to be there, no, we
Keep
don't want to
keep
go.
in mind that you have to pay for parking there.
Yeah, it's
and-
not, it can't, how much is it?
I don't know, it's $1 an hour or something. But there's an app you can get. You can do it with an app rather than have to go over to the machine and put all that bullshit stuff in
Okay.
there. You can
What is
just
the
do it.
app, do you know?
Passport?
Nah.
Is it called Passport?
Yeah, I think it's called Passport or Password or something.
Passport.
It's posted all over the parking lots.
Yeah, it's posted right up there on the
Okay.
sign, but if you want
I
to
got it.
download it before you get there. Yeah, Passport. And you can use it, well, I don't know how many places, but you can use it by the pier. It's the same system. And I don't know what, those are the only two places I've ever used it.
When you fly down down at the where is it, down the coast a little way, she was saying it's a good spot, Bruce,
There's a couple good spots. I
in
actually,
Laguna and places like that. Do they use the same thing for parking?
no,
Okay,
every city's got its own little thing going.
okay, all right.
But I check a set of surf cameras that start in Seal Beach and go all the way down to San Diego, about every major surf beach, where you can look at Huntington Pier and you can see what the waves are doing. That's kind of what I like to go film as surfers. But you can also look at the palm trees in the shot and see if the wind's blowing, if it's blue, if it's gray. So you don't have to drive all the way down there. When I was first starting out, I'd drive all the way down to Newport and it was cloudy and windy, and I'd turn around and come back home. Now I just get on my laptop and say, what beach do I want to hit? It shows you the wind and the surf and how crowded it is. So it's been a real tool for me.
Okay. Who wants to make Bruce the person in charge of the
So is that like a surfer's app? Is it like a
It is.
surfer's app?
It is. And I can't remember the exact name, Surfline.
Surfline, I've used
that
Surfline.
too.
before.
To get it'll give you 20 seconds of a shot. To get an unlimited shot, it's $100 a year. And after about 4 years of looking at it, I finally said I paid the $100, and now I can sit and watch Huntington and watch guys surf on camera all the way up, and there's like 40 different cameras.
Wow.
And then when it's breaking good, it's like watching TV. It's like watching the surfers live on TV. So, it saved me a lot of time and gas from just driving down and it's all, not worth driving. So I'll send that out in an email.
It's Surfline.
Surfline, that's exactly it. Thank you.
Surfline.
Go ahead, Owen.
I've just Googled, I just put Huntington Beach, HB Beach Cam or Newport Beach Cam. Just Google that. And a lot of times those cameras will come up, and it's pretty quick.
Okay, will you make sure that the thing about Passport and Surfline and that stuff get into the minutes?
Yeah, I'll put in now.
Okay, thank you.
I've got it's funny. It's a question actually. There's a couple of buses and campers that are there all the time, and of course I've never approached anybody, but I often wonder, as somebody used to have an RV, kind of stealth camping, I wonder what goes on with those people. Do they pay? Are they just? Is it like, I don't know, $2 an hour for 24 hours? I've never seen, obviously the enforcement comes around there. So I'm just sort of curious about what's going on. There's a couple that are parked there. Every time I'm there,
if you go
they're
tomorrow,
parked.
you can knock on the door.
I don't think so. I'm not that interested, I guess.
Well, if you do go down there tomorrow, make sure we all know, because I'll go, because I want to get some pictures of people doing this. We need some pictures that show our faces and the drones and, that kind of stuff. We had a nice little small article in the paper today that had a picture of us from that fly that we did up in the amphitheater a year and a half ago.
Yeah, I think it was last spring, I believe.
Yeah, okay. So that's really the only photo we have. We need, like, if you shoot now, we have a space also on Leisure World Seal Beach, the website, not Facebook, but the official website of this place. We have a space in there with a page that talks about our club. Okay. We need to get videos on there. They'll go through me, I guess. You would send a video to me and I'd make sure it gets posted, or you'd send me the link and I'll make sure it gets posted.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
I was just wondering the other day, over by the parking lot between the RV parking and whatever that clubhouse 2, is that what it's called, whatever that clubhouse is.
Mm-hmm.
That parking lot in general is quite often, it's not really full of stuff, and I'm just wondering, is there any future possibility that we might find another place besides the amphitheater that we could get approval for flying.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that too and how we could kind of weasel our way into doing that.
Yeah.
One way, of course, is to get Phil in here and talk about the CERTS program and maybe get involved with CERTS. And then we could say we're training for CERTS, you know. Also, the other thing I was thinking about is that we contact the Paws and Claws and whatever it's called, the animal club here in Leisure World, and ask them when they have a lost pet if they want a drone person to help find it.
Oh, that's
If
a
they'd
good
be
idea.
interested in teaming up with us to help find lost pets. You know, and then we could just get out there. What you do is you get out with a group of people. If it's a dog, you say, where does the dog like to go? You know, that kind of thing. Where do you usually take it for a walk? And you go around those places and you fly around and look for it.
But-
It doesn't matter if you find it or not. It's just,
Yeah, but that would require some GRF approval.
Well,
The
we
dog
get
the
it, we
dog
get it.
club can't
we
do it.
get it. Once we said
Yeah.
we were helping people find their pets,
They would say, okay,
I think we'd get it. Yeah.
I get it. Yeah, I agree.
And there's also a thing called, that I belong to, because my dog had a chip, you know.
Mhm.
So I belong to Home Again Pet Rescue.
Yes.
And they send out a notice whenever a pet is missing,
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
you know. Maybe I can show you a notice. Let me see if I can do this. I'm going to share for a second. Share. And I'm going to move this down out of the way, I think.
I mean, we might even be able to get approval to fly while the community garden thing is kind of like, not going anyplace at the moment.
Need a dog
What
park.
do you mean?
I'm just saying, looking for places to fly in Leisure World. How about where the community garden, it's kind of defunct a little bit at the moment.
I just typed in like finding lost pets with a drone, and here's a bunch of stuff on search and rescue for animals.
Oh,
Ah.
yeah. Huh.
You know, so there's a bunch of stuff on there you can look at. Plus, where is that thing? Okay, let me move some other stuff around here. I got so much stuff on share screen that, okay, I'm going to quit this. I'm driving myself crazy here. Okay. I'm back now. Okay. All right. Yeah, well, they went, I'll attach it to an email, Home Again Pet Rescue. They give you a printout of the thing. I don't know, we could check with them and see if they want help once in a while. Like where we'd go, where we'd be willing to go. Or with other pet rescue, other pet places where they're, what are they called? Humane Society places. There's a small one down here in Seal Beach that's not far from us.
Part of the problem with some of that is, I don't know what Fred flies, but a lot of us fly that DJI stuff, and the geofencing around here, you can't just fly anywhere in Leisure World, even
Yeah,
with a. So, I mean, I live off Alderwood. I don't know if you guys know where I'm in Mutual 3 off Alderwood. From Alderwood towards the ocean, I can fly right off my porch. Once I go to Alderwood, about 100 yards, I guess it's to the northeast or whatever it is, I fly. I cannot get approval to fly. I can't. So I'd say half of Leisure World, or maybe even more, you can't fly in. The back part of it, I have no problem flying. And again, that's just with the DJI drone. Some of the other drones will fly anywhere you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've seen that. I mean, I think it's the approach to Joint Forces Base or something that kind of goes over the top of us. We saw we've seen charts or whatever you call them of those routes.
Yeah, if you go to before you fly, the little app before you fly, and you just spread it out, it'll show you exactly where that thing stops, and it shows you almost right at Alderwood where it goes around, goes up by the RV parking and all that. So it kind of shows you, if you want to really fly over there, where you can kind of scoot off and do it. But again, I don't want to get in with Leisure.
Yeah, maybe we can't fly in that parking lot because it's right next to the RV.
Well,
lot.
maybe
But
DJI can't fly there, but some people have other kinds of drones.
No, but Alderwood is north of the parking lot you're talking about, Fred.
Oh,
So that area would be flyable for the DJI.
Yeah, I tried to fly back at the maintenance booth because I wanted to fly over and see the power plant. So I stopped right outside the maintenance booth. Would not let me fly. Tried to get a clearance. Sometimes I can send my phone number in because I've got a license, and it'll give me a clearance to fly.
Mm-hmm.
Lately, probably the Super Bowl was kind of weird too. I don't know if anyone tried to fly on Super Bowl Sunday. That I had a heck of a time trying to get up anywhere on Super Bowl Sunday
Yeah, they had
because we're
special,
blocked out 30 miles from.
yeah.
We're only 20 miles from the stadium, so I didn't think they could block it out that far, but somehow they did.
I mean, I could see where the steam plant would have restrictions too.
Right, right.
For all the obvious reasons.
Yeah, but if you go across,
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of drawbacks, I'm sure, but there are places we can do it and we can
Sure. Yeah.
succeed. So let's.
Yeah.
I like to bitch about stuff as much as anybody.
yeah, no, I'm willing to try whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's all I'm saying. You know, be in touch with people around here. Let them know who we are, what we are, that we care about the community, and we're here to help a little bit. You know, we're here to have
Yeah.
fun too, but we're here to help. And if anybody's in the Paws and Claws Club, then we could have them be our liaison. If not, we can have someone ask them, you know, if they'd ever have interest in that.
You know what else? Just a side story here. I was down at filming, this is probably 2 years ago, and I was filming down at the jetty down there where
Mhm.
we're going to go flying. And I was flying over the jetty, and I saw two turtle. I don't know if you guys know this. There's a big turtle population in that jetty because of the warm water. And I was
Mhm.
approached by people from Cal State Long Beach that saw me flying the drone and said, "Hey, would you be interested in helping Cal State Long Beach track some of these sea turtles?" And at the time I didn't have time, and I basically said no. So I think they're still looking for people to fly drones up and down that channel to look for turtles. They're trying to document how many turtles are in there. I grew up here. I've been here since 1967. I used to surf out in that jetty. It's warm water, can be some decent waves, and you will see a turtle head come up the size of a dog. The head is the size of a dog. Right now,
Wow.
surfing. It's
Wow.
wild, but they're still out there. And like I said, Cal State Long Beach approached me and said, "You want to come down? We'll meet you down here whenever you want. We want some footage of, some of these turtles in the water." So it's fun. But then you get the other side of it too. People say, "What the hell are you filming? Leave the turtle alone."
Yeah, well, fly up higher and zoom in.
Which jetty was that?
That was Seal Beach right down there.
Okay.
San Gabriel River.
Yeah, right there. Kind of back by the inland a little bit by the, what's the big bar now that they built there? The winery or the beer place there. I sometimes go across and fly from the Long Beach side, and I can't remember the name of the bar right now. It's right there, but I fly from there, flying back over, looking at the park and the jetty. And that's usually where I see different things. You get a different view of the light and everything, and you can see different things. And that's kind of where I see the turtles when I'm flying from that side more than the Seal Beach side. So
Is that the Ballast Point? You talking about Ballast Point?
yes, that's it. Yeah.
Ballast Point, yeah.
Yeah, right there in their parking lot, right at the tip. I go right to their parking lot. I'm not doing business, in the morning usually. There's no one there. And I park right there, and I get good shots of the boats back. I get good shots of Long Beach. I can get into Seal Beach. And I mean, I've probably flown every quarter mile from here to Mexico. I mean, it's crazy. I love it. So I haven't been quite as much. I used to go every single day. When I first got disabled, I would go every single day, and I didn't have a dog. Now I have a dog that I kind of got to babysit a little bit because she goes with me. But so I got so much video footage.
Does he have a drone?
What's that? Does she?
Does the
One
dog
day
have
I'll-
a drone? We can
I've
put
got
him
a
on the
big fan.
membership list here.
I got a big Phantom 3 that probably could lift her off the ground. Take her up for a little thing. That would be interesting.
Well, like,
Thought about one point, I even investigated, this is going to sound crazy, about doing burials at sea with a drone. Spreading people's ashes at sea with a drone, and then I looked into it, too much red tape and too much
Yeah,
stuff.
I'm sure it's a lot of red tape probably.
Dropping ashes from 400 feet. But I thought, wow, because I dropped my ex-wife's grandparents' ashes. I thought, wow, we dropped them in a river. I think let's drop them in the middle of the river, in the middle of the lake. So didn't work out.
It's only legal to do it like a mile away from the coastline.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't even think that was legal.
okay, do you guys have your chat screen open?
Yes.
Because Gordon has put a thing in there, a YouTube video. So like in the bottom of the chat screen, it shows a little page with the corner turned down. You see it? On the right-hand corner of the chat screen. Yours in an Apple thing, it will be behind some dots. The three dots, the ellipse. Who quit?
Somebody, I was
Owen.
checking three
No, Owen's
dots.
there. Sorry.
Oh, that's-
Oh, somebody quit, yes.
That was Fred.
Lost Fred, yeah.
okay. So he might have got a call or something.
Good
Um,
one.
Well, anyway, in that chat thing, right across from where it says who to send it to everyone or whatever, there's a little symbol of a page with the corner turned down.
Yeah,
If you click that, it will give you the opportunity to download the chat.
your
Okay.
computer or anything else.
And
yeah.
it'll put it right on your computer. Okay, the bottom choice is your computer. And it'll put it, and it'll ask you where you want to put it. Oh, Bruce is running away too. No.
Yeah. Oh, checking it out. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, but once you do that, then you don't have to be penciling this stuff down. You just, at the end of the meeting, or do it as many times during the meeting as you want, just save it.
That's cool.
Okay. I know we tried last time to talk about sharing the screen. Does everyone know how to share the screen?
I don't know.
Okay, let's, I'm going to try to share the screen now, since I've already displayed that I don't know how to do this very well. Okay, I'm going to share the screen again. Oh, wait, I want to share it with the sound. Share. And I want to pull this window down. And there's that lost cat thing. Can you see it?
Right, yeah, there it is.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay. This is the thing from, they give you a flyer you can post and all that stuff as part of the thing. But this was apparently in Belmont Heights, Euclid and Third. So I don't know if the owner or the Lost Cat people who want drone people to be involved or not. And I also wanted to share with you how to share your screen,
Oh, how about that?
okay? And the link to this on here. So let's see if I can figure out how to do this.
Get more done together with screen sharing in Zoom meetings and webinars. Click the green up arrow icon in the main Zoom meeting toolbar. Once you've chosen what you'd like to share, additional options will appear. Here, you can stop sharing content at any time, pause the share to take a break or prepare, or start a new share with new or different content. The Basic tab allows you to share your entire desktop for those team meetings when you've got a lot to show. Just be sure to minimize or close anything you wouldn't prefer to display.
Now, what she's talking about here, or showing here, all these windows, she has them open before she even goes on Zoom. So they're already on the desktop, so that they're easy to find, not like I did, where I tried to find it after I got in the meeting.
And consider silencing notifications from any programs and tools you might be using. A blank whiteboard for annotations and brainstorming. Your iPhone or iPad via cable or wirelessly through AirPlay for when you want to show off your high score. How to use an important app. And any other specific applications, because there's a lot going on your desktop behind it. Or if you're on a mobile device, your entire phone screen, both Android and iOS, because you've got an adorable wallpaper image. If you're planning to show a video, especially in full screen, be sure to check the Optimize for Video clip box in the bottom left corner. If you'd like to share any sound played by your computer in the meeting, check the Share Sound box. The Advanced tab allows you to use slides or PowerPoint as a virtual background and place your video in front of it, share just a selected portion of your screen,
I'm going to put the link for this in the chat.
share just your computer's audio,
With Zoom Events, you can simplify everything by combining.
play a video file that's stored locally on your computer through Zoom's player,
Yeah, that's good. Good information.
Yeah, stop sharing.
an affordable document camera option.
There's the link, so if you want to have it, that's the link for it. So you can just hit the save chat and you'll have that at the end of the meeting. Or now, now if you want to save it right now. It really gives you all the options for share. All you want to do is get to your share screen so that you can show people what you're doing. Like if you're having the person you're coaching do some flying, both you and the other person need to know how to share your screen. Unless you go to his house and sit right behind him, that's fine too.
Or at the video club once we get back in person.
Or the video club, yeah. But you also can get some stuff accomplished this way. So just as an option, this is here as an option. So that you know that there are lots of different ways that you can do this. Go ahead, Christine.
It used to be easier. Before, they've changed it. On the chat, you could just click Save Chat. And it always saved, everything. Now, when I click that little thing and I say my computer, your computer, I have to give it a file name and a file type.
Uh-huh.
It's a pain.
Well, that's if you save it to your computer, yeah.
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 I will try this.
You can send it directly to Drive. You can send it directly to your cloud.
That is good. But
But if you save it just to your desktop, it just saves as like a note, like an old ASCII note, No punctuation or anything, just running on. That's what this annotation at the bottom of the screen is going to look like too. It's very compact and lots of text.
But I'm trying to save it right now, and what I get is enter file name, file types, and there's none to select from. And then I have the option to open or cancel. Why?
Okay, where are you trying to save it to?
My desktop.
Okay, mine opens documents, but I can click desktop and then I can just name it, chat.
Yeah. And
And click open.
file not found.
Of one file type. Okay.
I won't pick anything that I
Okay,
type.
no, I'm not on the desktop yet. Yeah, in desktop, okay.
On the desktop. I think they have a glitch.
Okay, yep. It's not us, obviously. It's Zoom. Zoom is having a problem of some
Yeah,
kind.
yeah, they changed it and they had it beautifully. You could just save it anytime. Just click save and it would save your chat.
Okay, I'm interested in coming out tomorrow and shooting some photos of you guys doing this stuff so that we have kind of a library of photos that we can have for the future. So I'm gonna go. Anybody else?
Yes, I would want to go.
Okay, Owen wants to go.
I would love to go, but I work weekends.
All right, that's cool.
But if you have one that's midweek, I'd love to
Yeah,
go.
we have the
Tomorrow.
second Tuesday of every month.
Okay, I'll make a note.
We're gonna do it.
Sure.
So that would be the 8th of March when we're gonna do it the first time. Go ahead, Owen.
Yeah, I had a question about that. So the day of the flighting, somebody's going to send out a yes or no whether it's going to be there'll be a flight. You know,
Yeah, I
for windy
think Bruce
conditions.
kind of nominated himself to be president of that department.
Right. Okay. So my
You'll check
question is
the
this.
order and
So
check the.
if we
go
don't
ahead,
fly, will there be a makeup date, or are we just waiting till the next month to fly?
No, we'll just decide at the time. We'll probably just try it the following week or 2 days later,
Yeah.
whatever. Let's
I
see
think
what
we have a-
happens.
Like
Huh?
a set club flying day where as a club we can, and then if something comes up, because it's kind of hard if, you know, you got to rain, wind, all these things. You
Mhm.
can't say,
Yeah.
hey, next Tuesday, let's all meet at, you don't know what's going to be happening. So, I mean, I'll check the weather later this afternoon. And then when I get up in the morning, I check it again just to make sure the wind hasn't picked up. Although the wind you get on the forecast tonight are pretty good for tomorrow.
Uh-huh.
Usually it's between 2 miles an hour and 6 miles an hour till about noon. About
Mhm.
noon, it starts picking up 7, 8, 9, 10, and that's when you really
Yeah.
don't want to get out there. Another thing that you mentioned, Owen, rain, all those things to stay away from at the beach. Sand is your enemy. Do not get sand in your electric motor. It's shot. It's done. You can't fix it. So, and they're not expensive, but doing all the stuff is kind of a pain. So
Yeah.
even try to land, and I've landed in the sand, which you don't want to do because the sand gets everywhere. But there's a nice grass area where we fly over the sand, but just letting some people, oh, I can land in the sand.
Bruce will
But
teach us how to hand catch, right?
yeah, you can do that too.
Yeah.
If you're brave.
And you have a heavy glove.